A narcissistic wife is who? Have you ever had a friend with a master's degree in manipulation and an excessive obsession with herself? Imagine getting married to her, though. A domineering marriage allows a narcissist to elevate self-indulgence to a whole new level. She is only concerned with herself, her wants, and her needs, and she demands that everyone around her, especially her spouse, fulfill all of her whims. One of the most frustrating aspects of being married to a narcissistic wife is that everything revolves around her. It's always her needs, her problems, her need to feel loved, and her achievements that take center stage. You can't have a conversation without it eventually turning into a monologue about her fabulous accomplishments or her never-ending list of grievances. Your opinions and feelings are often brushed aside or belittled as if they don't matter at all. It's like living with a perpetual spotlight shining solely on her, leaving you feeling invisible and unimportant. Because they believe they are perfect and cannot see or believe that there might be a problem with their behavior, narcissistic people tend to become defensive. They frequently place the blame on their victim and, in their minds, see themselves as the ideal person who is well-intentioned and undoubtedly not an emotional abuser, according to Pooja. Aspire to be the most attractive and successful woman at every event. She is certainly a woman with upscale tastes, that much is certain. Whether it's the newest Birkin or a Fenty beauty makeup kit, she wants whatever she considers important to be saved just for her. If you are married to a narcissist, you run the risk of being misled, undervalued, and even worse, harmed. It can be challenging, but divorce from a narcissist is feasible. The coping techniques in this article might be useful. It won't be simple, though. It's difficult to bounce back from a breakup or a romance. However, getting over being married to a narcissist is considerably harder. Because of the trust issues that will inevitably arise, recovering from a narcissistic relationship may be more difficult than recovering from a healthy relationship. When one looks back on a relationship with a narcissist, one is compelled to wonder, was everything just a lie? Because you loved your spouse, you might have overlooked all of the warning signs and cautionary tales. Because you let yourself be duped by the narcissist, you may experience a tremendous flood of sentiments of self-blame and self-deprecation when you realize how serious your situation is and that it could have been averted. This is a typical reaction to being married to a narcissist, so you are not alone, but recognizing this reaction, as will be discussed more, is the first step toward healing. Effects of a narcissistic spouse. You might wonder if you're still sane. If you have children or shared friendships with your narcissistic spouse, you can start to have doubts about their friends and family's moral character. You start to feel increasingly alone. You start to feel more alone than usual. How can you start a fresh relationship if you can't trust your significant other? You don't sense your value. You start to become less confident in your ability to make decisions on your own. You start to lose the joy you formerly felt when completing a challenging activity. If you are still in the relationship, you can start to believe that the narcissist is solely to blame for your achievements. You accede to the narcissist's demands. The conflict between your wants and needs and those of other people, such as narcissists, can also start to bother you. It's possible that you've grown accustomed to acceding to the narcissist's demands. You'll have to work at changing your thinking during rehabilitation, which can be challenging. You'll likely become more conscious of your flaws, even those that don't exist. You may continue to undervalue your own accomplishments because they were already undervalued. Most likely, you'll be more conscious of your shortcomings and errors, even those that don't exist. You have developed a habit of changing who you are to suit your narcissist's needs. The process of retraining yourself to find yourself again will take time and effort. Most likely, you've lost the ability to prioritize or meet your own demands. Trust problems. It's highly unlikely that you can trust anyone or yourself. You will have been under the grip of a narcissist. You will have been under the grip of a narcissist. You may experience a variety of forms of powerlessness as a result of the long-term repercussions of being married to a narcissist. You can heal from a traumatic event, just like any other. You can overcome the effects of being married to a narcissist, but doing so will require strong will and perseverance. Accept your faults. To be able to recuperate, you must first forgive yourself. By forgiving yourself, you grant yourself the chance and freedom to continue living your life as you should. It is now safe to let go and extend yourself forgiveness because it was what it was. Recall that you weren't at fault. Even if you don't have another relationship after divorcing a narcissistic partner, it's simple to start making blanket claims or adopting generalized viewpoints like, all men, women are abusive, or all men, women are manipulators. When this occurs, it's critical to recognize it and do your best to take a step back and remind yourself that none of your chances to overcome bitterness should be ruined by one negative event. Purify your thoughts with awareness. Purify your thoughts with awareness. All of your efforts and accomplishments may have been focused on making your narcissistic partner happy when you were living with them. By letting go of all the negativity brought on by your relationship with a narcissist, you can cleanse your mind. Make every effort to exhale every last bit of agony before beginning to breathe independently. You can employ mindfulness as a technique. Being mindful involves paying attention to and accepting one's emotions, thoughts, and physical experiences in the present. This is a therapeutic technique to help you begin letting go of an unpleasant experience from the past. By journaling and engaging in meditation, you can start along the path to awareness. It can be challenging because it might reopen some wounds you'd rather keep closed, but since closed wounds still inflict damage, it's best to dig them out and let them heal completely. Feel free to express your anger if you must. Understanding where her attitude and behavior originates may provide you with much-needed perspective on how to navigate your marriage in a way that is least harmful to you. If you frequently wonder, how do I survive a narcissistic wife abuse? Or, can a narcissist feel love? Let's look at a few typical narcissistic traits. She'll be tremendously competitive, for one. It's good to have a healthy feeling of rivalry, but a narcissistic partner will always be competing, whether it's with her friends, workplace, or other women. Due of her desire to outdo everyone else, everything becomes a competition, and the Friday night casual game nights don't wind up being the most enjoyable activities ever. She is certainly a woman with upscale tastes, that much is certain. Whether it's the newest Birkin or a Fenty beauty makeup kit, she wants whatever she considers important to be saved just for her. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel.